Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the XTransbots Jian, their version of blades for a masterpiece combining DEFENSOR component that has a lot of fiddly parts. And it is, well, from XTransbots. I think this shows you store. I have a link down below where you can get yours. And TH in the help support your reviewer section. Now, I do want to point out some stuff about this going into it. I do try to match the pose on the box. Did I do a good job? Anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. We're going to do some transformations on it. It's going to be a little fiddly. It's already fiddly just taking out of the box and putting it in this pose. So I know we're in for a wild ride today. The Titanium Hanger coming up. Here's the box, the packaging. Let's get it all in perspective. And it's a nice looking box. Looks fine. Now, my problem with this isn't the really cool kind of cursive writing on the side that's translucent. You can't see all the modes on the box. There is nothing in here showing you what every mode's supposed to look like. Like they're trying to foreshadow this dude's coming, and then I guess you're supposed to get a transformation from this. There's no instructions, no pictures on the box. I'm gonna reference pictures from Shozi when I'm done with each mode to see if I got it right or close enough, but no instructions, none of that. You get a card. Here he is, and if you guys want me to do unboxings on these, let me know, because I don't show myself unboxing it. It might be funny, actually. I don't do unboxings because people seem to not care, but yeah, that might have taken a little bit of the edge off this guy, a little bit of comedic relief with the good, very nice looking paint. The red really pops, the white looks bright. It's probably too bright for my camera setup. I even put a lesser bright light in here so it doesn't wash out the whites like it has been doing, so hopefully that's a little bit better in editing. I'll find out, but yeah, this does look great. I mean, for the character, me personally, I never really cared about the character. I only care about the combined mode. I will never see this bot mode again, so let's just enjoy it as much as we can in this video, because once it goes to helicopter mode and then to arm mode, I am never putting it back in a bot mode ever again. If I sell it, it's just going to be sold alt mode, that's for sure. But the positives are it looks fantastic, looks really good. For a character I don't care about, it's a link and a chain, guys. For me, yeah, literally, like the chain, I need a chain. Well, I don't care about link number 4. I don't. That's just me. Now, these, I didn't put them in all the way. I'm not a fan of the look of how that looks, but it is what it is. What it is. But I didn't put it in all the way. Anyway, there it is. That's fine for me. It is what it is. I'll be able to pop them out during the transformation, make my life a little bit easier during transformation, I hope. So there's that. I'm going to get into, I guess I shouldn't jump into negatives right away, but these, like, as you manipulate it, these pop apart, these lower legs, and it's really hard to get anything going on with the shoulders with this in the way. You got to move them, but they did give you articulation on them. Well, this one's not moving like this one did. This one moved a lot easier, I believe. Be careful, because I know how this stuff works, but that kind of gets in the way. And then I try to get a pose. This popped out on the side. I mean, it looks great, and everything's got to be in the way it needs to be in, and some limited articulation because of this giant stuff going on over here. But overall, a great looking figure for a character that I don't think a lot of people are going to be like clamoring for by himself. I'm going to pop these leg cannons off because they don't do a whole lot for me. Ooh, I feel like I'm rubbing paint. But articulation, head side to side, up and down. His whole torso moves. I guess I got to lock that back into place here with like a mushroom peg. Okay. It's falling apart on me. Hey, that means it'll come apart easy. I am looking forward to the coming apart easy. Put that back in. Put this back in so I can get better articulation. Okay, arm goes all the way up to here. That doesn't hold in very well. And then you do have a butterfly joint for the transformation, but it is a butterfly joint nonetheless. So that works. These articulate a little bit out of the way. For whatever reason, this one is super tight, and I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be careful. So that's why I'm using this side. So we'll stay with this side. We got waist swivel. Those could collide and get in the way. I barely had them in there. That's why they fell out so easy. We have a nice ab crunch, which I was able to use. Well, that's it. It's not magic squarish. It's like slightly there. But, I mean, this is not a bad figure. It's not horrible or anything. It's just very fiddly. You can tell because it's going to break down in like 150 pieces for transformation. You got to 90 there. They're nice ratchet, though. Is it ratchet to the side? It's friction, but, man, it's got a squeaky friction. Probably could get the one leg stance if I spend enough time on it, but is it that important? It's not that important. Okay. Oh, that is tight. And then thigh swivel, knee past the 90. That works. Now this is another pain. Oh yeah, this is another thing. This does tab in, and it sort of holds if you hold it. But if you're holding down here, it comes out. So, is what it is. Is what it is. I like XTransbots. They look great. Well, I mean, once I get this on the shelf, even with the little weird nonsense that's going on with this, it's not a big deal. Once it's on the shelf, it looks good. But if you like to handle them a lot, that's why people complain. Left and right, little up and down, some toe tiltage and stuff. And this thing breaks apart into all kinds of pieces to transform. Anyway, there we go with the articulation of this guy. Getting into some accessories, we already saw these leg guns. We've got this handgun. You can put it in either one, but just really doesn't hold as well as I would like. It's not the end of the world because you get that in there and then the handle hold it and it'll be fine like that. These fell off because I didn't press them in really hard because I don't want to struggle to get them out during transformation. We got some helicopter mode guns and these which I believe are for the helicopter mode too. We'll be getting into all that. But that's the accessories. Oh, and a medical bay, landing port, arm, connector, whatever. I guess the last one was a medical bay, right? This one's a helicopter landing port, I guess. All right, let's talk about some faces. He's got like the stoic face. He's got huge eyes on this face. Looks pretty good. I like the one that's on him. Which, please send them to me with the one on him that I like. Oh, that's not good, Mike. Bumped him down. Anyway, these two faces also. This one actually looks pretty good too. They look so different. Usually when you get a bunch of faces, they don't look this different from each other. But anyway, different faces. I'm leaving that on there because I don't care. Probably never see his face ever again anyway. For comparison here, I've got him next to Paragon. Don't know the story why I still have him in bot mode. I thought I put him in arm mode or something, but whatever. Just gotta figure that one mystery out also. And here he is next to a Constructicon. Now this is why they were so cocky in the 86 movie. They're bigger than the rest of them. No, I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with anything, but doesn't it look really fantastic? XTransbots. All this is XTransbots. We'd have none of this without XTransbots, right? And here we are with Magic Square Optimus Prime, and this one is the Fans Toys Optimus Prime, White Prime, Ultra Magnus. So glad I can have both in both modes. Anyway, looks good, and there you go. Hope I remember this in editing, but I don't have a G1, so you might just see a blank space, or I might remember to put a picture in. I hope I remember. Alright, so I'm going to do this in the least painful way. I did take these off. Every time I pop them in and pop them out and pull it out, it gets a little bit smoother each time. First time was really tight and really hard, and it got a little bit more enjoyable each time. So now I'm going to do one arm and come back and show you the other arm, and I'm probably going to do that similarly on the legs and as many places I can shorten this and make this as painless as possible for you guys. I've worked out one of these arms, and so this one here, that was actually giving me a little trouble with movement before. Let's go ahead and move this over here. We're gonna tuck in the hand, then we're gonna fold it like so. And then we are going to move this to the front so we got clearance. Now what we gotta do, we have to have the clearance for this piece right here. And then this folds out, and then you gotta give it a nice little push to snap it into place. Fold down that piece, the landing gear, open both of these filler flaps, fold that around. That looks pretty good until we fold this up. And then we're going to put this arm, so there's a lot of folding into this position-ish. Okay, so let's get this folded. It's the easiest way to do this. You want to press this joint of the elbow down all the way so we can get it in there. Get it in there. And that should be fitting in there pretty right. And now we fold this up. And some of the stuff doesn't... See, this isn't really a tab. It's just kind of it is a tab, but it just kind of doesn't hold it in place. Now we need to get this all using the sort of butterfly joint. It needs to all go to the front. And then it's going to fold back on itself. Oh, like this. There it goes. Like so. Now I think I have this positioned right, but we'll find out. We'll definitely find out when we get to closing it up, but I think it's positioned right, like this on itself. When we go closing it up, the front end's gonna have to tab in and all that kind of stuff. See, they've got a multitude of joints in here that you can get it even tighter and closer, which you probably do need all of this. All of this probably needs to be in there tighter and closer for it to close up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, as I've shown when I was trying to do some stuff, we have tabs on the sides here so we can unfold all of that. We also have tabs up here. So these are mushroom tabs, so don't just pull it. And then this comes up and we just start. There's a bunch of stuff to do. Open this up. We want it to just start looking like, get to the chopper, get to the chopper. We've got a few things going on here. So with this red, this needs to come out, and let's see if I can get both of these utilized in an out of your way capacity. Not exactly sure what the point is of that, but yeah, why was that even a thing? What I'm guessing is these were semi-side fillers, and that's what makes Masterpiece so complicated. We need to have these out of the way just enough for that, and then just put them back into the place. Now to make some more space, we're gonna kind of pull that out, and this piece here is gonna come up, and then this is gonna fold up like that, and these pieces go into here, and then this is gonna go sort of into here. So that works. Okay, now you can collapse these and we'll pull them out later. We got a lot to do with the legs too, which you gotta flip them with the legs. So I think let's just let's pull that back out. Give a nice tug on this. I did kind of flip those hip flaps up to make this part a little easier. Flip the waist, push it back in, and then we can reconnect it. So this is probably the best place to actually connect and to flip the waist. I don't know why. I don't know why it needs to get flipped. It just does. So I do like to show things kind of how they are. And we're going into a helicopter mode. So let's start doing stuff that makes sense. So got to make this a little bit harder than it should be. I think I made it harder than it should be. So we are wanting to fold this up. And then this, you have to bend all this past this. And it's just a little trickier. You got to clear all these parts and pieces as you're closing it up. There we go. Now we're getting up there, but I lost this. There, we're getting there. There we go. And these doors will tab in to kind of hold it in place. Like so. This will, it's not the best angle, but it's easier for me to shimmy this into here like this from this angle than it would have been from another angle. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to get the other side positioned right, which, as you can see, I let this arm, darn it, I don't know if there's a way to, without taking it all apart, I let this arm hang out. It should have been inside, so I'm going to have to redo all that. I'll be back. Well, I guess I'll show it. I kind of unhooked a little bit of stuff on the other side. We're back up to here. It's not really that hard. It's just if you gotta... I'm just worried about breaking something. So I'm going super gentle and delicate with all this so I don't break anything. And because it does feel like there's some delicate points to this. Like we already had this side there. And you can kind of see where everything's going to go. It's already starting to come together right now. But we still have more work to do. So, I mean, this is a lot of this that I'm doing is going to come undone and we're going to redo it. But I just like to know we've gotten somewhere in a way. We fold this up. These will tab into here. We'll mess with that head in just a bit. This goes up into here. This needs to tab into here again. Come from behind here. And this tab here came out. So this filler piece came out. Gotta be mindful of, do you have all your fillers in the right spot? All right, there we go. Now we're pretty much where we need to be. We can take this head, flip it around. No, stay tucked in. And then he goes into there. There's the head. So now looking at this, it's starting to look right, isn't it? Yes, it is starting to look right. I don't know why my propellers are at an angle here. I don't like that. So I'm going to have to work on that. Alright, so I did get one leg done. In my realization, they're probably a little bit different because I don't see this on both sides. It's just this one. But basically, you just flip this piece around and then the gap filler, flip that around. So you're going to flip them. You won't have that on the other side, I don't think. But in my infinite wisdom to tab, so I guess I keep wanting to make it all look as good as I can as I go. But because I was tabbing all this in before I was done and just trying to keep it looking like, hey, we've got this much done, let's move to the back. So leave it untabbed because my wanting to do that made this piece break off. And it was a purely me thing because it wouldn't have broken off if I just left it all untabbed. Just kind of looking sort of like it's almost there, tabbing it at the end. Tab all this stuff, all of this stuff. Tab all that in at the end. Do not. So I broke it. I don't even care because it's just going to hold in place. When we're done, like the way this works, it's going to be just fine. I hope. But it's not a big deal. And it's purely a me thing. I'm not blaming. Well, it's pretty involved in this transformation. So next thing we're going to do here is we are going to start working on opening this leg. Untab that. And then flip. I just did this leg too. Just did the other leg. We are going to flip this. This is probably still tabbed into something here. Yeah, there's a tab there. This is tabbed into that. And then we're going to flip this around and simultaneously collapse itself onto itself and then give it a nice squeeze. Tab in there. And then we're going to come around here and we are going to start opening up this piece here. Open up this flap right here and get that built. And then open this all of the way. And then this piece comes out and we're going to make that fold out. I think this piece here. So there's something different in each leg. So where this piece was in one leg, all of this assembly is in the other leg, which I guess showing them separately probably wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but I'm going to see if I can flip this around. Should I? No, I got to do the foot. Let me get this foot taken care of. There's a whole lot to do. It's really strange. The foot is a little on the confusing side of things here. It separates right here and then it opens up. And then we are going to, with that out, no, that stays. We have to fold this over. Rotate this around, fold this back, and then fold this in on itself, and there is it. That is it. It's really strange. And keep all this folded up on itself too. Very interesting. Now this, it actually does flare out. So that it flares out to meet up to the front of this. And then we have to swing this all the way around. And this is where it starts getting really confusing. But if you understand, it's going to flip around. If I can get that out the way. Flip around here. And then this part is going to go up underneath here. This is going to fold. So the foot and all that stuff is going to get shoved up underneath here. And this is going to fold up. And all this is going to go into here. And that's where that missing piece is. So all that makes sense. Now we're going to start tabbing all of this funness together. Now the thing is that I've already kind of tabbed some stuff in. So let's work this. I'm going to work this piece here in. Because there's some tabs right in here. And I'm hoping that all lines up just right, because it needs to line up just right. There's a large tab, and the lighting's probably not showing it in here. And so I don't want to just say blindly squeeze it together, but make sure you line that tab up with a slot. And then as it just starts coming together, it really does start coming together right now over me. I think I want to go ahead and do this right now. Get this into here. Just kind of shoving this piece into here. Don't want to lose what I've already accomplished up front. Moving to the back. These things open up, rotate, open up, rotate. Continue with the, fold that piece over. Continue with your tabbing. Fold this around. Open this up. Make sure it's straight so it spins. And we are almost there. I mean, we pretty much are there, except for I have to get all this back into place. I had that together right now. There's a tab and a slot for that and for that. And then I'm going to put my broken piece on that I broke and see how that works. But I mean, pretty much we're there. You do want to put these bad boys on. They just kind of plug in like this. Other way, this way. And we'll back take a look at this. I hope this was helpful. Alright, so here it is pretty much transformed up. And it looks really good. It's a very, very convincing helicopter, heli chopper. Looks really good. It does. So you pull up on this and this makes it spin a little bit better, but it does like want to separate for me. I saw somebody showing how to make this lock in and I tried to do that, but it just doesn't lock in for me right. But it still looks fine. I mean, it'll hold any position you want it to for the propeller. It should. Anyway. But yeah, very, very convincing alt mode. Looks good. This spins pretty well in the back. Okay. It is back heavy. I mean, just the way it is. It is the way it is. So all that work, you get to something that's really nice. And even though, you know, this part still holds in fine for me, the bottom pops out. It's loose. I'm sure I did something wrong there. Doesn't matter though, because I'm gonna have mine in combined mode, which actually there's a lot to this bottom part that I still want to tackle. There it goes. There it goes. It's all in now. In like Flynn. But yeah, I have a problem with this. And I thought pulling it up was gonna help it spin better. But yeah, it does look good. Very, very convincing. Very nice. Very realistic. I'm sure the doors are supposed to open the way it's made, but I'm not going to mess with that. I assumed, but there's not a whole lot of pictures, actually. There's not a lot of info on this other than a couple of like instructional videos that are super ultra choppy. I mean, mine's probably still pretty choppy too. So yeah, not a lot out there, but pretty good overall. Do we want to look at the stand? Because I got the stand right here. Here's the stand, and these pieces are supposed to clip in where that, I guess, I don't know, to help it. It doesn't need it, but there it is. The stand, I guess it's better than just having arm pieces. You can say they do something, but what we got with Paragon wasn't impressive to me as a table, as a work table. This isn't impressive to me either. I don't like it. But if you do, if this is how you want to display it, you're definitely going to win. You also have these guns here for chopper mode. Get to the chopper. But if that's a thing that you want to do, you might even be able to... no, you won't. You won't be able to use them in combined mode because the legs completely fold into the forearm, but that was a thing. 2 accessories for very little use. All right, I'm going to attempt the combined mode here. We're going to fold this up, kind of get it just out of the way for now. We are going to need to do some stuff. We're going to basically untransform pretty much all of this. What we've already done needs to get undone, which is just going to be a pain. A pain, a pain, a pain. So, let's get at it. Get after it. For me, I'll take that piece off. I guess that's going to make this whole process easier for me. Pop that up. And then wiggle this piece here out. Just wiggle it out. Just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. And just disconnect all of these connections that we have made. We made some connections along the way, and now we shall part ways with those connections. See, I just got a really good mana petty. Just kidding. But it's always my joke when my nails get too long. I'm like, I didn't get my mana petty. So we are going to sort of open up this. Guess I'll investigate that piece in a minute. It just popped out. It's not a big deal. I can see already how it popped out. All right, so opening up all of this, and we're going to need to gain access to the thigh pieces. And I mean, it's actually pretty simple. It's right there. There is the thigh, but we're going to have to give it a good tug on this piece right here. And I'm gonna see if I can engineer like a way like this to pop it off. There it went. That didn't sound good either. Okay, well, if that's how you gotta do it. Man, does that sound stop your heart for about 30 seconds? Why does it gotta sound like that? Golly. That sounds terrible. Terrible. But there it is. There's the tabs, and oh my gosh. Alright, let's get into putting all this back together. I'm gonna do one leg off camera, and I think I'll just do this one because this is the one where this peg it popped off. But there's the hole. Well, you see, you can, and then there is the thing to inject into it, and then it pops in just fine. It actually pops in and pops out just fine. It's not a breakage, so that is a good thing. But I'm gonna build this leg, then I'll come back and do a better job of building that one on camera. Get this leg back into robot mode. We mostly want to fold on this hinge here the way it was. Open that up. We're gonna fold this in. Probably not the biggest concern right now. Let's get this over here. And then there is a lot. Flip this around. Flip this down. Put that into there. And this is gonna go into here. Well, there's this whole pivoting thing here. Fold that like so. So this can pivot into there. So that's... Oh, I'm hoping that's all I'm going to have to do with that. It's quite involved, but there's a whole lot going on here. And then we need to work on this. So we're going to... I just open that up, and it just literally is right in place, but that we're not really to that just yet. What we need to do is mess with this foot. So let's get the foot up and open that whole thing up. We are going to see how this is going to collapse in itself. Something folded. I folded that piece back in there, and then this is going to... So we're going to rotate it on this to get the foot to clear it as we bring this up and start tabbing some stuff in. We can build that foot back knowing that it's correctly orientated, and then start... There's a tab right here. This mushroom sort of over under tab right here. It's all built back. I don't know if it's better or not, that's for sure. Then this is going to tab together. And we're going to bring in The big guns. So I messed around with this. I don't even remember the original configuration. It was in the box. So, like, you're just going to have to... It's not that hard. You just have to say, hey, is everything configured correctly? You know, it's funny, too, because I got red paint on it. If you look, I got red paint already on it. As if they tested it for combined... I don't know how to explain that. Because it's all casted in white, but it's got red as if something was tabbed into it. As if they tested it to make sure this for fitment, which doesn't seem like something they would do at all. Anyway, so I'm going to put this into here. This is supposed to... This is supposed to go into here. Alright, am I even getting that right? Is this adjusted right? Because this is going to... Yeah, go into here. Like this. I've been going off frame a little bit, but as you can see, like this will tab into here. This will tab in sort of to that. And then over here, there's it's like a L shape that plugs into the side of the foot. It is an L shape side of the foot spot there. So that just kind of holds it in place. And then this has to get in where it fits in. And then this should kind of tab in. Like you can see, it fits the contour and make that work. Oh no, don't break anything, Mike. All right, and then we just kind of tab this into here. In the bottom for some support. I would say it's a great game of Tetris. All right, well now we're gonna get into this right here. And this is going to tab in to here. This is notched out to go into here. And this tabs into here. And then this plugs in over and under in all these places. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There it goes. And I'll wiggle this other. I don't know how much good this is going to do, but I'm going to wiggle that piece in and I'll be back. Here's the arm. And I will say this. It's flimsy. Like the propellers are supposed to be down, I'm sure, but for trying to display it, it's probably going to be in the way. The propeller's down. But wow, it is kind of a flimsy ordeal. Just got this little wood stand here I use for lots of different things, but for this, it's the only way I could really get this thing to display so you can see the arm. But there's a lot of weak points to this, specifically how they did this whole section here. Very, very weak. This doesn't tab in super well. I mean, it does, but it does tab in, but it's not super well. At the end of the day, all it's going to do is this. It's going to stand here. It's going to connect to it. It's going to hold a gun, and that's it. That's it. That's all it's going to do. At the end of the day, if it can get that job done and look good doing it, that's all I need out of it. I don't need hyper. You could even articulate this, I'm sure, relatively well, but it's not solid. It's not solid. And then I'm sure people are going to say in the comments, Mike, you did it wrong. And that's fine. I've heard that before. Alright, so this is my look at the XTransbots MX-36 air support Jian. And it looks good. Looks good in all modes. It will get the job done as an arm. It's super fiddly but like this whole front end does hold together nice and tight, so that's nice. This is very, very fiddly down here, but it looks the part and it gets the job done. It's my only Defensor that I'm gonna buy in the masterpiece scale. I'm not even, I don't want to say like, hey, Magic Square do one, but Magic Square could probably win because their stuff's pretty solid once it's done. So I did get to the Shozy store. I'm link down below where you can get yours. If you want to build the only full-scale masterpiece Defensor, you're going to need it. And that's that. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Remember, TH and support the reviewer at Shozy store. And I want to hear what you think about this. Like and subscribe to Hanger out.